Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Mr. Pravinchandra Chaturlal Patel, and he will speak on the topic how to improve soil health. I now request the speaker to begin.
Can I start?
Yes, sir. Please start.
Okay. Hello, friends. Today, the topic of my is how to improve soil health. You know that soil health is very, very important, and due to without carrying out the soil analysis, the farmers are apply the manures and fertilizer in soil, resulted in the soil has been degraded. So soil is very important. So you know that healthy soil means healthy planet, and we must have to save the soil. So healthy soil is the foundation for profitable, productive, and environmentally sound agriculture system. So if the soil health is good, then we are getting the higher crop production. So soil health is very, very important. So why the soil health is important? Because there are many factors affecting the soil health. Then practical methods to improve soil health. Then benefit of healthy soil. So what is the benefit? Suppose our soil is healthy, then we are produce the maximum crop productivity per acre or hectare. So soil health is important. So healthy crop, higher yield, better water and nutrient use, strong soil microbial activity, then improve soil fertility and structure, sustainable agriculture and soil conservation. Then our soil is fertile one, that we require less fertilizer and less input cost, and the farmer are getting more profit. Then better crop quality and resilience. So the importance. So there are three categories of the soil: physical characteristics, chemical, and biological. So in physical, texture means size of the particle, structure means arrangement of the soil particle, bulk density, and porosity is also required. Then chemical we have to measure the soil pH, then nutrient level, phosphorus, potassium, and organic matter. Then biological means microbial activity, that is earthworm population. So you know that at present, due to overuse of the chemical fertilizers, pesticide, fungicide, the soil becomes dead because we have killed the microorganism in the soil. So at present, soil is dead. Actually, you know that soil is a dynamic living body. At present, we are knowing that farmers are complaining that although we are adding more chemical fertilizers, but we are not getting the crop response because due to huge quantity of the chemical fertilizer, pesticide, the microorganism has been killed, and now the soil becomes dead one. So whatever the nutrients we are adding in the soil through chemical fertilizer, pesticide, we are not getting the response. Then methods to improve soil health. So you know that for improving the soil health, we require the soil testing. Without soil testing, the farmer should not have to apply the manure, fertilizer, and chemicals. But you know that government of India also started soil health card, but farmers are not bothered, and they are applying the nutrient in soil as per his wish or the advice of the fertilizer factory or fertilizer shop and so on. Then crop rotation and diversification. So you know that in India generally the main crops rice or paddy and wheat in winter season, and in summer season follow. But they are not included in legume crop or pulses crop or oilseed crops. So there should be need to include the legume crop or oilseed crop So you know that what is the role of the legume crop? It picks the nitrogen from the atmosphere. So we require less chemical fertilizer. Then organic amendment. So for organic amendment, we have to add in soil manure, cow dung, gobar. Then we have to add the compost, then biochar. Then cover crop and green manure. Cover crop means you know that we are in the close. Similarly, the soil should not be never naked one. It should be covered with the vegetation. If the vegetation is not, then there will be a erosion of the soil. And you know that 1 inch to prepare the 1 inch soil, it required 1,000 years. So protect the land with the cover crops, and you know that green manure, it improves the soil fertility. Then integrated nutrient management. Integrated nutrient management means we have to use the organic, inorganic, and biofertilizer. Agroforestry and perennial crops. Agroforestry means we have to grow the agriculture crop with the agroforest crops like subabul, then other crop also. Then efficient irrigation practice. So we should have to use the drip irrigation method. Then beneficial microorganism. You are knowing that now the farmers are using the biofertilizer, azotobacter, azospirillum, rhizobium, phosphate soluble bacteria, potassium bacteria, and so on. So when we are adding the microorganism soil, then it can save about 20 to 25% chemical fertilizer. So soil analysis is the first step for soil fertility management. So soil testing helps to determine the need of fertilizer and ensure efficient nutrient management and cost saving. I will give suppose example. Suppose your soil is having the high phosphorus, and without soil testing you are adding the phosphatic fertilizer. Then you wasted the costly chemical fertilizer, either DAP or single super phosphate. Then another disadvantage that you know that there is the antagonistic effect. Suppose in soil high phosphorus and again you are apply, then you know that there is antagonistic means when is in the soil phosphorus is greater, then it will not allow the zinc or iron to the plant. So we are lost the costly chemical fertilizer, the phosphatic fertilizer, and whatever the native nutrient present, zinc or iron, it will not allow to the plant, and there will be observed the plant deficiency, and crop productivity has been declined. So you can see that soil testing. So in soil testing, farmers would have to remember that the farmers would have taken the representative soil sample. Suppose the farmer have 1 acre land, then they have take the soil sample at 15 to 20 places, and by making the V-shape, and the depth of the soil sampling is 0 to 30 centimeter, 1 feet is required. But horticulture crop, you require up to 2 feet because the root of the horticulture crop grow deeper. So you can see here the preparing of the composite sample, then preparing of representing sample. So suppose you collect the 15 to 20 places, suppose 20 kg soil, then you spread it on paper, then make 4 parts with the fingers, then opposite portion discarded. Again you mix it well, again you make 4 compartments, opposite portion discarded. Lastly, we require only 500 grams. So it is a representative soil sample. You don't take the soil sample from one corner or near the tree or near the compost, otherwise we are getting the wrong results. Then you know that in soil testing laboratory, they have the soil pH, they measure the soil pH. Electric conductivity means measure the salt, how much salt present in the soil. Then other nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, so it is a pH. You know what is the importance of the pH? Farmers would have to understand that the soil pH of the soil would be 6.5 to 7.5. So you can see that nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, and calcium are more available at 6.5 to 7.5 pH. Whereas the iron, manganese, boron, copper, and zinc, it will be available slightly acidic soil. So it can be available at 6.5 pH also. But the exception case is molybdenum. Molybdenum is more available in strongly alkaline soil. So you remember that we should have to keep the soil pH 6.5 to 7.5. You know that, and that is why in alkaline soil, suppose the soil pH is 8 or 8.5, then the crop productivity is low. It is salt affected soil. So why it is low? The nutrients are present in alkaline soil, all the nutrients, but it is not available to the. Similarly true for acidic soil. Suppose your soil pH is 6 or 4 pH. So nutrients are there, but it is not available to the plant. So soil pH is very, very important, and the farmer should have to note that it should be neutral 6.5 to 7.5. Suppose I will give example. Suppose your soil is alkaline soil or saline soil, then suppose your soil pH is 7.5 or 8. Then at that time you have to use the acidic fertilizer like ammonium sulfate, urea, and so on. And you have to add maximum farmyard manure, gobar. So you know that when we add the organic manure in soil, then there is a conversion of organic acid, and it reduces the alkaline pH 8.5 to 7.5, and your crop productivity has been increased. Then you can see that in 1950, you know that at that time the population is a low of the India, and we have only one deficiency in nitrogen. But slowly and slowly, farmers are not using the organic manure, and they are taking the more than 2-3 crop in a year, in rainy season, winter season, and summer season. So obviously there will be more uptake, and farmers are not bothered for the which nutrient are deficient. Resulted in, you can see that in 1980, more nutrients are deficient. 2000, and at present you can see that nitrogen, phosphorus, zinc, Fe, Mn, copper, all the nutrients, that is called multi-nutrient deficiency at present we are observing. And that is why we are not obtaining the sufficient crop production. Then you know that when you are carried out the soil analysis, then suppose you take the example, suppose nitrogen is low, then you apply the, when nitrogen is low, then you should have to apply the nitrogen, ammonium sulfate or urea or manure. At that time, you are response 90% response. When medium, then you are getting the 50% response. But suppose this nitrogen is high in the soil, and again you are applying the nutrient more, then you are only obtain the 10% response. And that is why soil testing is very, very important. So here you can see that I have showed you the deficiency problem. So you know that if the deficiency of the nutrient in soil, then plant also show the deficiency. So here you can show the leaf show the deficiency. So you know the application of balanced fertilizer is very, very important. That is why I showed that you know that balance is very important. Application of balanced fertilizer as the actual limitation of nutrient in soil is very crucial to increase production and productivity of the crop. So don't apply more nutrient or don't apply less nutrient. As per the requirement of the soil test value, we should have to apply the nutrient in soil. You know that we are take the food a balanced nutrition. We are never eat more, otherwise we have the problem. Similarly, soil has also a problem, and as per the soil test value, we should have to apply the nutrient in soil. So importance of balanced supply of fertilizer to soil. So here I will have given one example. Suppose it is maize crop, corn crop, and suppose there is a deficiency of the zinc in the soil, then there will be drastically 20 to 30% crop production has been declined. But how we can know? We can know only through the soil analysis. That is why I am insisting more and more that soil testing is very, very important for obtaining the higher crop productivity and maintaining the soil health for a longer period. Here I have given the one chart. You can see that generally nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, the ratio is 2:1:1. So you remember that suppose a rice crop, then 100 kg nitrogen, 50 kg phosphorus, 50 kg potassium. So nitrogen is required double as compared to phosphorus and potassium. So you know that I have given here the example of the paddy crop, rice crop. Suppose you are not maintaining the NPK ratio, then your crop yield or grain yield of the rice is decline. But when you maintain, exactly we are not maintaining, but here you can see that is 5.51 and 2.7, then we are achieving the maximum grain ton per hectare. You can see 5.8 ton. But if we are not maintaining the balances of the NPK, then the drastically reduction of the paddy grain yield or rice grain yield. And that is why balanced nutrition is very important. Suppose here you are applying the nutrient as per your wish or the advice of the fertilizer, then you are losing the crop productivity. But as per the soil test value, you apply the NPK fertilizer in the soil, then you definitely increasing the crop production higher. So underuse of fertilizer means that soil nutrient exported with crops are not being replenished. Never we apply higher nutrient or lower nutrient. Overuse of fertilizer also harmful. Underuse of fertilizer also harmful. That is why balanced nutrition is very, very important. You take our example. We are never eat more or we are never eat low. We take the balanced food. Similarly, soil requires the balanced nutrition for the higher crop production. We can speak, but soil cannot speak, but it reflects on the crop yield. So, you know that there is a relation with the soil, healthy plant, healthy people. So here you can show in Africa country, the peoples are not getting the healthy crops, healthy soil. So you can see the result of the poor people and their health is not good. So it is very, very important. Then crop rotation. So I mentioned that crop rotation, you should have to include the legume, pulses or oilseed in your crop rotation. I will give you example. Suppose in monsoon season, rainy season, you grow paddy or rice. In winter season, you grow wheat. And in summer season, you grow green gram. Or in monsoon season, you grow the groundnut. Then in winter, another crop. So at least in a 1 year cycle, you should have to add legume, pulses or oilseed crop for the maintain the soil health. And you know that legume fix the atmospheric nitrogen release in soil, high quality organic matter and facilitate soil nutrient circulation and water retention. So here I have given the groundnut wheat crop rotation. So you take the groundnut in winter, monsoon season, rainy season, then you grow the wheat crop. So wheat crop productivity has been increased because then you require less urea fertilizer to the wheat crop because it stored the nitrogen by the groundnut. So crop production, when you crop rotation, then crop production 14% increases, pest and diseases control 6.3%, water quality 50% saving, and soil quality 11%. So role of the crop rotation is very, very important. So organic amendment, So you know that all the nutrients lie with the organic matter. That is why in all the agriculture crops, the scientists or all the state agriculture university recommended 10 ton well decomposed farmyard manure per hectare. So organic manure is very important. So you can add compost, manure, and if you have time, then you can do the green manure. Then you know that biochar. You know that I have prepared the biochar from the agricultural waste. So biochar, you know that it improves the soil fertility, boost water holding capacity, improve soil structure, increase microbial activity, reduce soil acidity. So you know that biochar, I will give shortly. I told you that you take the any biomass, then you bury it with the 250 to 300-degree temperature in absence of the oxygen, partial oxygen, then the biomass converted into coal, that is black coal. So in India, the farmers are less use the biochar, but in foreign countries, the farmers are using the biochar because there are many. And then another advantage I observed that once you apply biochar, it remains for 50 to 100 years. Suppose you are apply the organic manure, farmyard manure, then its power remain only 2 years. Suppose urea we apply, its power remain 3 months or 4 months. But biochar power remain 50 years. So biochar not only enhance soil health, but also sequester carbon, contributing to climate resilience and sustainable agriculture in India. So for sustainability, biochar is also important. So what are the soil benefits? So I have mentioned here. So you know that I have conducted that experiment on maize crop in 2010 at our university farm, Anand Agriculture University farm. So here I have applied recommended dose of fertilizer and I have prepared the biochar of the on store 10 ton per hectare. Here we have not applied the it is a cluster bean biochar and we have not added the recommended dose of fertilizer. So you can see that we are getting 4 times higher diameter yield as compared to the recommended dose of fertilizer. Biochar alone is not, I mean to say that biochar alone is not responsive. But application of biochar along with the recommended dose of fertilizer, you can increase 4 times higher crop production as compared to biochar alone. Then cover crop. I told that never keep the soil naked one. So cover crop play a crucial role in organic farming by enhancing soil health. So cover crop enhancing, increasing soil health, improving soil fertility, and boosting, increasing crop productivity sustainably. So you can see here, it is a cover cropping. Grasses, waste grasses has been added in a cotton crop. So it reduces the erosion, increase the microbial activity, it requires less irrigation. So there are many advantages of the cover crops. So benefit to soil health, protect soil from erosion. Then another thing, suppose the rainfall fall, then the raindrop fall on the grasses or cover crop. So there is less erosion. It adds organic matter and nutrient in soil, support soil biodata and biodiversity, improve soil structure and water holding capacity. So there are many benefits of the cover crops. So here I have mentioned the green manure crop, dencha. So it is a green manure crop. So you can use the dencha crop when your soil is normal, 6.5 to 7.5 pH, then you can use the dencha. But, oh sorry, when your soil is alkaline soil, then you can use the dencha. Suppose your soil is pH 8.5 7.5 or 8.5, then you can use danger. But your soil is normal soil, 6.5, 7.5, then you use sodium. So danger for the saline alkaline soil. So it is a green manure crop. So you have to grow the crop. After 50, 60 days, you incorporate it in the field with the tractor. So it helps in increasing the organic matter and it helps in the improved soil health. Then I told previously that integrated nutrient management. Integrated nutrient management means organic, inorganic plus biofertilizer. I give example to the farmer that chemical fertilizer, urea, DAP, single super phosphate, that is inorganic chemical fertilizer. Organic manure, compost, that is called organic. And biofertilizer, azotobacter, then rhizobium, phosphate soluble, all are there. So the research told that when we are using the integrated nutrient management, then the farmer get maximum crop productivity. So integrated nutrient management means you use the green manure, then crop residue and organic waste, then synthetic fertilizer. I told synthetic means urea, DAP and so on. Then crop rotation and intercropping. Crop rotation, I told you must have to grow the legume, pulses or oilseed crop. Then you must have to use the biofuel. So you follow this thing in integrated nutrient management, then you obtain the maximum crop productivity. Then you know that integrated trees and perennial plant increase soil carbon and reduce erosion and enhance biodiversity. Perennial crop, you know that lucerne is a perennial crop. Then hybrid Napier crop is a perennial crop. It remains for more than 1 year. So integrated tree, so you can incorporate the integrated tree in a cropping system, then it also helpful. Then you can see that I have told that we use the drip irrigation, then we can save the about 30% irrigation water and we can increase 30% crop yield. So it is a Napier, hybrid Napier, sorry, sugarcane crop. So they have used the drip irrigation method. Then beneficial microorganisms play a critical role in enhancing soil health, improving nutrient availability, and boosting crop productivity. So you know that previously we learned when I was studying that earthworm is a farmer friend, but the farmer have now killed the earthworm. How they kill? By application of the huge quantity of the chemical fertilizer, pesticide, fungicide. So at present, we are not observed the earthworm. We have to say in a book. These microbes from symbiotic relation with plant, decompose organic matter and protect against disease. Here how they contribute. So earthworm is very important, but at present we are not observed, but at present we are using the farmer are using the vermicompost. So here I have shown that how the soil microorganisms play important role in improving the soil fertility. Then role of organic matter. So you know that what is the role of the organic matter to enhance soil structure. So you remember that structure means arrangement of the soil particles. Soil particles, sand, silt and clay. So we are frequently cultivate the land, then we destroy the soil structure. You know that in paddy crop we are doing the puddling because we are destroying the soil structure because we have to conserve the water for the paddy crop. But other crop, there is no need to destroy the soil structure. Otherwise, we are reducing the crop productivity. Because you know that root require the aeration. And if we destroy the soil structure and the soil become hard, then root cannot get the aeration. And if root aeration is poor, then poor growth of the root. And you know that what is the role of the root? Root extract the nutrient from the soil and water, and it supplied to the other parts of the plant. So healthy soil is filled with organic organism. So you know that is organic matter, then plant nutrient, soil nutrient, microorganism, and plant nutrient. So it is a cycle. So what is the role of the organic matter? It improves soil health by improving the soil structure, promoting better aeration, I told, then water retention. Water retention means whatever you apply the water that remain in the soil particle and it is available to the plant. It increases microbial activity because you know that the organic matter, what is the food of the organic matter, microorganism? Organic matter. And at present we are not adding the organic matter, then how observe we think that there will be a population of the microorganism. So we should have to add the organic matter in soil in form of compost or manure. Then the microbial activity has been increasing. Organic matter helps prevent soil erosion. How it prevents? Because it makes the soil porous one. So whatever the water we receive through the irrigation or rain, that will be absorbed in the soil. So there is less erosion. It boosts soil fertility by supply essential nutrients. And additionally, it enhances root growth and overall plant. So healthy soil support ecosystem, water plus storage filtration, carbon capture, storage, biological function, diversity, and productivity capacity. So healthy soil support ecosystem function. So we should have to keep the soil healthy. You know that human being want to remain healthy. So suppose they have the problem that they immediately approach to the doctor and take medicine, lab test. So similarly, our suppose you know that the crop productivity has been declined in our soil, then we have to find out what is the reason. So we have to carry out soil analysis and you take the advice from the soil scientist or agriculture person. You know that at present, government give more insist on the organic farming than natural farming. So here, organic agriculture in India. So what is the advantage of organic farming? Economical, good return on investment, high demand, nutritional environment friendly. So in chemical farming, we are spraying the chemical, first pesticide, fungicide, weedicide, etc. on a crop, and it came in a residue. Their pesticide comes in a food and vegetables and fruits, and we consume. Then we have the problem. You know that at present the people have the problem of the diabetes, heart cancer, and so on. So spontaneous disease observed due to high or due to chemical farming. So now government of India now switch over the organic farming and natural farming. Not only India, but throughout the world now given more emphasis on organic farming, natural farming, or regenerative agriculture. So never use the chemical fertilizer in this method. Never use the strong pesticide and fungicide. We have used organic pesticide, not chemical pesticide. So you can see that natural farming, a modern cost effective, it is cow-based farming. So it is a, you know that in government of India, and I observed that in Hyderabad and many places, now they started the natural farming. And farmers are now started and they are getting the very remuneration because here we require less input as compared to other. And the product of the food is very free from the pesticide. So that is plus point. I observe and I have also written one research paper also that if you use the organic farming or natural farming, then crop productivity is 20 to 25% reduction as compared to integrated nutrient management system. But here we are getting the quality. So you know that natural farming, Jivamrut, Bijamrut, mulching, intercropping, zero tillage, all these things that we are using, and it improves the soil structure, fertility, and soil health. It reduces soil erosion. It improves the microbial activity. It is a cow base. So microorganisms play important role because nutrients are there, but the nutrients are available to the plant with the help of the microbial activity. And unfortunately, the farmer have used huge quantity of chemical fertilizer, pesticide, and they have killed the microbial population. Resulted at present, the farmer get the low crop productivity. So it is zero budget system also, zero budget natural farming system because there is a less input. It is a cow-based farming system. Then you know that in India we have also started. I visited the Canada. So in Canada, you know that they are using the regenerative. It is similar to natural farming, but some principles are different. So in regenerative agriculture, you can see that complete with nature, compete with nature, disturbs, don't disturb the soil more. So we have to protect the soil. Then monoculture, don't grow rice or wheat crop, but we grow the diversity. When you grow the legume crop, pulses crop, and so on, then it is a eco-friendly. So it is a natural. So when we are using the natural system, then we are getting the natural food, and it is quality. They have no any problem. Then integrated farming system (IFS). You know that integrated farming system means suppose you are doing only agriculture crop, then it is a farming system. Suppose you are doing the animal dairy farming, then it is also farming system. But we have to integrate it. With agriculture, you keep the animal, you keep the fish. That is integrated farming system. So integrated farming system or improve the soil health and crop productivity. Integrated farming system solve the problem of increasing food production. It maintains the soil fertility also because you know that agriculture, we grow the agriculture crop and whatever the crop residue and byproduct of the agriculture that we are giving to the animal. Then animal, the cow dung or buffalo dung that we can use in agriculture. So it is a rotational. And that way we are maintaining the soil fertility. But you know that at present the young generation don't want to start involve in integrated farming system. That is why the organic manure is not available because if we are not keeping the animals, then how will use the organic manure? We know that we are talking about the organic farming, but without farmyard manure, how we can start the organic farming? So we should have to keep the animals and integrated farming system also we adopt, and it is a agro ecosystem, eco-friendly. So now here I see that save soil. Soil is very, very important. So the MS Swaminathan, you know that it is the father of the agriculture. The future belongs to nation who have grains, not guns. So thank you. And if you have any query, then please ask.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir? Yes, sir. I'll move on to the questions now, sir. The first question is,
I continue to share.
sir, what are the best practices to reach to? Yes, sir.
Actually,
Shall I
integrated.
take up the?
Actually, in farming system, integrated nutrient management is better. But for
Okay.
maintaining the soil sustainability, agriculture plus animal. It is a biological integrated farming system. We maintain the soil health for a longer period.
I'll take up the questions now, sir. How can farmers improve soil health while reducing fertilizer costs?
Actually, that at the present, the crop residue management is very important because that before 15, 20, 30 years back, the farmers are buried the crop residue management, crop residue. But now the government of India started a rotavator. So whatever the crop residue, that will be rotavated in the soil and it converted into organic matter. And thereby we are increasing the organic matter in the soil. At present, that in government or in India, India have a tropical climate and we have high heat in summer and even monsoon season. So the decomposition rate of the organic matter is very fast. And that we have only 0.4 to 0.6% organic carbon. So it is a low to medium. So it is challenging for India because that we are taking the 3 crop or 4 crop in a year. So obviously more uptake of the nutrient. So at present there is a critical point that how to maintain the organic carbon in soil, mean organic matter in the soil. So it is a challenge, I think.
Okay. Uh, Sir, I'll take up the next question. What are the best practices to restore degraded or nutrient deficient soil?
Degraded soil, you what first, that first step of the any soil management, you take this soil sample and water sample. And as per the soil and water testing, either it is a saline soil, alkaline soil, or water. So accordingly, we have to take the action. Suppose I will give you example. Suppose your soil is a alkaline soil, suppose having 8.5. Then for 8.5, you will not grow this sensitive crop like maize crop or other crop or banana crop. But for that, you grow the salt resistant crop like wheat crop, cotton crop, sorghum crop, then lucerne crop, then hybrid napier. You know that hybrid napier resist up to 1000 water. And you know that I did more work on hybrid napier, and I am giving the advice on the bio-CNG based napier grass. And napier grass, once you apply planting, it remains for 4 to 5 years. It is best perennial. Super hybrid napier is the best variety. So then suppose your soil has a degraded, then you select the crop. Suppose your soil is alkaline, then you select the Geinja crop. Start the grain manure. Normal soil, then you grow the sunham. So as per the soil test value, you have to select the crop. Then one thing is remember that you have the problem, suppose in coastal saline area in your South India or in Gujarat also, then we have to grow the Geinja crop. And after that Geinja crop, you grow the another crop, then you are getting the better crop result. So maintaining soil health is not a easy thing, but farmer can think because if the soil fertility they are not maintained, then they lose the crop productivity and they get the low income. So for sustainability, we should have to add the balanced nutrition in soil and don't rely only chemical fertilizer. You use the organic, inorganic, and biofertilizer. More emphasis given on biofertilizer because it saves 20 to 25% chemical fertilizer and it is very cheap as compared to the chemical fertilizer. Natural
Okay.
farming is also good, organic farming is also good. So simultaneously you start. But one thing that that in Gujarat Natural Farming Science University has been started last 3 to 4 years, and I had taught about 1 year. So it is a good thing. And they include the cereal, legume, pulses, all the crops in a farming system. So they require less nutrient, less chemical. They are in, you know that Napier, the natural farming, we can never use the chemical fertilizer or pesticide. We have to control naturally. And there is a good results the farmer are getting here. And farmer are using the Jivamut, Panjamut, everything they are using. And the government of India now promoting for the that thing. So one thing is that soil is dead. And when we add the microorganism in soil, either natural farming or organic farming or crop residue management, as soon as you add the crop residue, anything in the soil, then there will be fast multiplication of the microorganisms. And microorganisms suppose multiply in the soil, then it helps in the unavailable nutrient present in the soil natively that make available to the plant. So we can save the costly chemical fertilizers.
Sir, what irrigation practices help maintaining healthy soil and prevent salinity or waterlogging?
Are you talking about irrigation purpose, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you are good question. So you know that
Irrigation practices.
irrigation practice is not that farmers are using flood irrigation. They are applying the irrigation in a furrow. But you know that suppose you are talking about saline or alkaline soil, then you should have to planting on a ridges and not furrow. You know that in ridges, if you planting the crop on the slope of the ridges, then there will be less upward movement of the salt in that area. And I observed in Napier grass that you are getting the maximum crop production in ridges as compared to the furrow. So then you have to use the drip irrigation method. It is government of India give the subsidy 60%. Then for tribal people, they are giving more subsidy. So it not save the 30% water, but it increase the 30% crop productivity. So you know that because you know that farmers are only using the soil testing, but water testing is very, very important. Suppose your water having a 1500 TDS and you continuously apply the irrigation through the flood irrigation, then your soil, suppose poor soil, your soil will be deteriorated. So for that you take care and immediately you start the drip irrigation method. In drip irrigation method, you know that we are apply the irrigation to the root zone area in lesser quantity. And we are keep the soil moist. So what happens when keep the soil moist, then there will be soil concentration has been declined and the nutrient has been uptake by the plant. So
Okay.
that is advantage of the drip irrigation method.
Okay. Sir, what frequently should farmers, sorry, how frequently should farmers conduct soil testing and how should they interpret the results?
Actually, you know that soil at present, the latest instrument is available. One person from Ahmedabad, he has only 65,000 rupees and they have the node. So that node inserted in soil and we are getting pH, EC, NPK, soil moisture, etc. So farmer would have to carry out the soil analysis nearby the laboratory. But you know that what is the problem? You know that farmers are sending the sample, but they are getting the results of the analysis 1 month, 2 months. So there is need quick analysis is required. And I observed that private laboratory carry out this soil testing or water testing quickly because I have the experience. Because of suppose GSFC, then they require 1 month, but private they supply give the within 1 week. Government laboratories, there also soil testing laboratory in each district is there. We have also used that laboratory also.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we would like to thank Mr. Pravinchandra Patel for the talk and for answering the questions. This meeting will now be closed.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome, sir.